Hey everyone, Jeremy here, playing a little bit of catch up when it comes to the Q&A Friday videos. I apologize about that. Life kind of gets in the way sometimes, and so I'm going to do my best to keep on top of these moving forward. I appreciate everybody's patience. So I'm just going to run through a few questions I had from last week and going to get those on the board. So number one, somebody wants to know the best way of growing an Instagram account for a restaurant. There's three things that I think of. Number one, $1.80 strategy. I did not invent that. Gary Vee invented that, but it's still very useful. Basically, leave your quote unquote 2 cents on a number of hashtags that make sense for your business. Now, I would say, and also look up, perhaps location. And so whatever city you're in and neighborhood, things like that, start just dropping, nice, kind things or whatever your brand calls for really on just a number of photos, right? And just start engaging with people that are in the actual physical area. Number two, I would say, use display purposes. And display purposes is, I'll bring that up, display purposes. Display purposes is a hashtag tool. It's going to help you figure out what hashtags make sense. I usually shoot for about 20 to 25. And then I will take and comment those on my own photos after I post them. And you get a lot of engagement from people either searching for those photos or people that have set up automation to engage with those photos. But either way, it's going to grow your account. You're going to get followers. And you're going to get a lot of engagement in sort of the hashtags that you want, potentially even go, top for the hashtag and get even more kind of organic engagement. And so that is a super useful one. So far we've got, like I said, the location tag or, the $1.80 strategy, comment your hashtags. And then the third thing is video I posted earlier today that was the daily hack that was the Instagram feed flood. And what that is, it's a little bit sneaky, and you'll definitely get a reaction. But what I would do is tee up 6 photos, right? And then go on to look up a competitor's location, just like you would look up, let's say Denver. I was looking for people's, look up my competitor's address or, the name of their restaurant, right? And I would just flood that location with like 6 to 9 photos at once, all of your stuff, right? And just do like a real shot across the bow. And so all of the recent photos for your competitors will be yours. And you can potentially get, people that you already know are interested in good food and are going to a competitor's or like a close substitutes restaurant and get them on your side. So that's how I would handle growing an Instagram restaurant or Instagram account for a restaurant. So this is a little bit more advanced. We've got a number of questions here. So first, how to create a custom audience using potential customer data like mail ID, contact, website, etc. So what that is, we're in Business Manager. We go up here to all tools. I'm going to go over to audiences, right? I'm actually going to do a twofer on this one because one of the questions as well is to do lookalike and saved audiences as well. So we'll do that at the same time. So, what that is. So if you want to use a mail ID and stuff like that, like email, you're going to create custom audience, right? And you're going to go to upload customer file. So you look at all the different options: customer file, web traffic, app activity, offline activity, engagement. Go to customer file, go add customers from your own file. Except you have to have like rights to this, but then you can upload a CSV to text, or you can copy paste data, and then it will automatically. These are the identifiers you can use. So email, phone number, mobile advertiser ID, first name, last name, zip code, / postal code, city, state, province, country, date of birth, year of birth. Gender, age, Facebook app user ID, Facebook page user ID. And so that would be, basically what I would say, excuse me, that is how you would actually upload that data. It's the easiest just to do a CSV and then just label the columns. That you'd have to say, you know, yeah. So um, you would have to, have some sort of rights to it, upload a CSV, name the columns, like first name and then all your first names, last name, all your last names, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's how you actually do that. Now, the difference between a custom audience and a saved audience, custom audience is you upload a file like that. Saved audience is actually just the ads manager here, right? And I can make any sort of saved audience with detailed targets and custom audiences, whatever. And then when you go to actually create campaigns, you could just drop, your saved audience that you've been using already. So, if I just wanted people that men, women, 18 to 65 plus that like chocolate in the United States, I could save that. Actually, I'll show you how. Oh, I spelled it out. Oh, that is languages. That's why. Little a here. Sorry, folks. Chocolate, right? Oh, interest in chocolate. Great. 50 million people, name the audience. Chalk. Right? Create audience. There you go. That's a saved audience. So when you're creating campaigns, you can just use saved audiences. They are not necessarily custom audiences. They're custom combinations of potentially custom audiences plus detailed targets of demographic info and things like that. It just saves time when you're going to when you're creating your ad campaigns. So next, project screen under Facebook Business Manager, and then the business account and business profile on Instagram, as well as how many hashtags should be used in bio and hashtags related to product category. So let's start there. Number one, I would say product category, unless you're kind of a bigger brand. It makes the most sense. You're going to get the most amount of, you really want to rank for those terms. And that's why you would put them in your profile. I've seen typically people have success with 2 or 3 hashtags in their profile. I really wouldn't go over that. Then the difference between business account, business profile, and Instagram. A business manager, I assume is what you mean by business account, is kind of just an organizational tool, right? Business profile it's the difference between like a Facebook profile and a business page, if that sort of makes sense on Facebook, right? A business profile for Instagram is simply just the business version of the accounts instead of the our normal profile. So we got that, and then I need to show video on project section under Facebook Business Manager. So let's go over to the project section. So we're going to go into the project section project section, and we are going to just real quick go through it at a high. Hey, so project section on that. So you're going to go over to settings, business settings, right, to get to project manager. And, once you're in your business settings, you're going to go to projects right here under accounts. All this really is that you just it's just a folder system that makes it a little bit easier to organize, right? So if you're an agency and you have a number of potential projects or like customers, right? They're all inside. I apologize. They're all inside of your, kind of your business manager, right? You want to group together pages and ad accounts and things like that by each individual client. They're all shared into your business manager. It can be a little hard to navigate. This is just a folder system. That's really all it is. Projects help organize your pages and ad accounts. Create a project, use it to organize your business assets. Instead of assigning people to an individual asset, you'll be able to give them permission to work on everything that's been added to the project in one step, right? So all this is just fast organization. So it can be definitely useful if you're operating at a high level. I have access probably presently to about 50 Facebook pages, and I don't really need it, but it is, if you've got hundreds or you have a large team, or you're super, just super organized and enjoy things being grouped in such a way, then more power to you. But that's basically what project manager is. So thank you all for your time. I apologize for the lateness of this. Hopefully you all got your questions answered, and happy marketing. Thanks.